Signature TV, news in your pocket.
Welcome back. Now we're still talking on the Waec CBT examinations and the outcomes. We're seeing that parents are already pushing back and asking for the results to be taken back, and the exams to be retaken. And there are a lot of things. We're seeing only 38.22% of students passing English and mathematics, and it has created a lot of debate and conversations around the CBT examinations and Waec as well. So joining us this morning to talk more on this is Nneka Nnajioffor. She's an entrepreneur and school administrator. My apologies. Good morning and welcome to
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
Thank you for joining us. All right. So now, first of all, what was your reaction when you heard about the low performance of students in the Waec result this year?
Actually, the aim of Waec is just a regional examination body that was set up in 1952 to help set standardized assessments for secondary school leavers. And with the certificate, it will certify them to gain admission into the university. Another aim of Waec was to improve educational development in West Africa. These are the major aims of Waec. And judging from what is happening now, the decline from 72.12% to 33.8% in failure in the core subjects, there is need to checkmate Waec on irregularities. Talking from experience, Waec English language was written around 7:30. Some started 8. Guess logistics. I don't know what excuse Waec will give us in such irregularity this year. And you find out that a good percentage of the students who sat for Waec failed English language. Now they are talking about CBT. I believe if for any policy, in preparation for any policy, you first of all check your weaknesses in what you have done in the past, then give at least 5 years to prepare for CBT. JAM does CBT, and there is a lot of irregularities. Power failure, the gadgets are faulty, yes. The students are not tech savvy. Then when you get to a JAM hall, you find students struggling to make use of the computers. Yes. There was no preparation. I thought Waec would have learned from JAM and starting complete CBT by 2026. I don't buy it as a teacher and as a school administrator, because give them 5 years, prepare the children to become tech savvy, because they can use Android phone. It is different from using a computer. There are so many functions there that are not on the Android phone. Yeah. So the students need to be prepared for it. Like 5 years, just like Enugu state government has started the smart school. It's sort of preparing their citizens, because they've seen that education is now digitalized and it keeps evolving every day. Yes. So there are a lot of irregularities that need to be checkmate and things put in place, the students prepared before going for CBT. This is my take.
Yes, exactly. But the thing is, with advancements in technology, I believe that the idea, is to follow, the trend of being part of the growing, as technology is growing and advancing, so that we are part of it. But would you say that it was rushed on the part, the entire idea of CBT, the shift to CBT was rushed, or would you say that is a necessary thing if we want to actually grow into, a country that is tech advanced?
It was rushed. A lot of teachers are yet to understand tech. We will begin with teachers who will teach the children in the classroom. How ready are the teachers? Not to talk of the students. You bring a teacher for an interview, she will write well, give her a laptop. She can't turn it on. It is that bad. The government should first of all work on the teachers, from the teachers to the students, before coming up with CBT examination for Waec. And again, you know what CBT will do to us? There will be brain drain. You know why? A child, there is Waec syllabus, the teachers struggle to cover it before the Waec examination. And the students sit for the examination, then Waec scheme of work and the marking scheme is being given to people who mark Waec. Have you seen people who mark Waec? Women in the marketplace mark Waec. I am telling you, I have a first-hand experience.
Wow.
And how do they mark? Exactly what is in the Waec scheme of work,
Yes.
Waec marking scheme.
Yeah.
That is what they mark with. If a child has a new knowledge towards what the subject is talking about or the topic, the child will be marked wrongly because the Waec marker is marking according to
everything that is in that marking scheme.
In that marking scheme. Do you understand?
Yes.
Then where is the learner's autonomy? Where is application to daily life? That is one of the 21st century's aim now in education. No application-based learning. So it is now garbage in, garbage out. No new knowledge from the student sitting for the exam or how the students understand that particular topic. It must be exactly what is in the textbook. And this is what leads to malpractice. This is what gives room for malpractice because the students are expected to write verbatim what is in their textbook.
Yes.
If you write something out of context from the textbook, you fail it. There are a lot of disparities, irregularities. I think it is high time the educational sector sits and finds solution to this. And that's why the students call school a scam. Either you read or you don't read. The examination question leaks before the examination. They pay teachers. They sort themselves out. I mean, I know CBT is actually to curb malpractice. But in real essence, will it curb malpractice? Is the aim of education defeated or not with CBT? Do you understand?
Yeah.
So I see a lot of wrong trying to make it right.
Wow, that's quite a lot. But another thing is, you've mentioned teachers as well being given the orientation to even know how to operate these systems, to be able to teach the students. Now, we can say that in the urban areas, the schools in the urban areas can, have access to these things and teach the children and the teachers as well. But what about the rural areas? Because those are the areas that it seems no one is considering in all of this CBT. They are in areas where they don't have network. Their schools don't even have the money to fund to even use systems. I mean, in urban areas, there are some schools that have computer rooms where students can go. So aside from, teaching, what exactly can be done specifically for that rural community, those rural communities that are quite neglected, the students there who are writing exams as well?
Okay, I will applaud our governor, Peter Mba, because smart school will help a lot. The teachers are on training now for the past few months, maybe 1 year, on what to do in the smart school. So you find out that schools in the rural area will have opportunity to get acquainted with technology and the usage of gadgets before writing Waec. I'm talking of these younger ones. they will be prepared. But talk of those in senior secondary who are going to write soon.
Yes.
So if every state government will borrow a leaf from our governor and start smart school early from primary, junior to JS3, that's intermediate, junior basic, you understand? It will help prepare them in future for Waec and CBT for JAMB, you understand? Then, thank God for solar. Solar can help where there is power failure. They can use solar. But I am suggesting, just like English, mathematics, and civic education are compulsory subjects today, computer studies should be a compulsory subject from primary to SS3. Because the world, we are in a global village and technology has taken over. So it is necessary, as English is our communication language, mathematics is in our everyday life, civic education is about ourselves, our rights as citizens in the society and in Nigeria. Computer studies should become a compulsory subject for every student in Nigeria. By so doing, before they get to SS3, they can write Waec and write JAMB.
But you know, when you say computer studies should be compulsory, most times it's in theory, not practical.
In practical.
So that is another issue as well. Because if we say it's compulsory, buy the computer textbooks and they tell you this is mouse, this is a mouse, this is this is that, and it ends there. At the end of the day, most of the students don't even get to operate the computer and use all those softwares and all those things that are being taught to them, you know.
You know, when a child is introduced to a concept early in life, you know, this generation, by default, they are very, very good with gadgets.
Yes.
By default. Like we, the millennials, we can struggle to do some things, but give a little child phone, they will operate it. So I have seen and studied them that by default, they can be good with gadgets. You understand? So the most important thing is, let's introduce. Let's do the right thing. Let the system uphold this way. We should do it this way. Every child from primary should be introduced to computer studies early. Then, going to the College of Education, if there can be funding for teachers who will go in to study computer science education, support them, give bursaries, make it free. A lot of teachers will go to the university to study it and come out. For example, I think in the Southeast now is only University of Nigeria and Nsukka that has this course, coding and robotics education.
Okay.
This present person in charge of smart school in Enugu, Dr. Chinyere Onyisi, I think her master's was in coding and robotics education. You understand? Now, if every college of education should have such courses and universities, it will help. Because the College of Educations and the education department in the universities are the people who produce teachers for these schools.
Yes.
But when there are limited number of teachers who study computer science education or coding and robotics education or around that tech education, there wouldn't even be teachers to teach. So everything is still pointing at the government. The government. Have you seen that? You don't just wake up with a policy. You plan a policy before execution. As far as I'm concerned, there is no plan. There is no plan. And what will happen? Practice will be on the increase. Failure will be on the increase. And this generation will keep screaming, school na scam. Because a child who works so hard to study but can't operate the computer,
yes,
and the child fails, his or her hard work didn't pay.
So would you say that at this point, it would have been better if the exams were written the manual way, the way it has always been done, compared to this new CBT method?
I know CBT is to curb malpractice, but my own stand is this: CBT is good to curb malpractice, right? It's okay, but how prepared are we to go to CBT?
All right.
Then another suggestion I'm making: if the objective can be CBT, the theory should be pen on paper,
Okay.
so that their knowledge wouldn't be shortchanged. They should be able to put down something. Like people like me, I'm good with writing and theory.
Okay.
Give me paper to write, I will fill it up with my own knowledge and what I have gathered. Do you understand? Like people like us, you understand? People like us we can't be satisfied with CBT alone. If they can do objective CBT, theory, pen on paper, that would be good. Because Waec, I believe Waec, the scheme is too large to be compressed into only a CBT test.
That's actually true. That's true. So now you are a school administrator, so I would like to ask you this question. Before the exams took place, I mean, all the schools were aware that it would be CBT. So how was the preparation like in your school, both for the students and for the staff? And what would you say were the limitations that, were encountered in the process of preparing them for this CBT exam?
Actually, it is in 2026 that it will be fully CBT.
Okay. So
we are preparing towards 2026.
So what are you doing in preparation for 2026?
From my primary classes, they do CBT exam, objectives.
Okay, in school?
In school already.
Okay, yeah.
My school is a tech school, a fully tech school. We teach the regular subjects and we teach tech. A good number of my children have their laptop. We have the smart board in my school. So I have seen the future, and I started early to prepare my students for the future. But how many school owners are ready like I am? You understand?
Yeah.
So I have started to prepare my children for the future. They do CBT objective, but their theory is written.
Okay, that's why you made that suggestion, because
yes,
from what you've experienced is better. Like the results you get from them is better.
It's better
that way.
Yes.
Okay, but they have mock exams before the actual exams.
Yes.
I'm talking for Waec.
Yes.
Now, do you think that these mock exams will help in any way with making the students familiar with this thing before the main exam?
Mock exam is very good. I would say it's very good for students who are prepared, who are tech savvy.
Well, isn't that the idea of the mock exam, to help them understand that this is the way it's going to look like?
Yes, now. Let me use an example. I'm in the rural area. I've never gotten an opportunity to work with a desktop, and my school maybe provided some desktop for us to do the mock, and I can't even I can't even turn on the computer. I mean, it doesn't make sense that the mock exam is preparing me for the main exam. You understand?
Yeah.
The mock exam is good for students who are tech savvy and are ready for the exam, not for students and in the rural area. Not just students in the rural area. There are a lot of students in the urban area
that don't know.
A lot of teachers that don't know how to use the computer. So it's a two-way thing.
Yes. So what about parents? I mean, we are seeing a lot of reactions from parents as regards this their children's performance in this exam. So what is your take on that?
There is nothing wrong in reacting. Every one of us saw what happened on the day they wrote English language. Like, I'll use myself as an example. It wasn't funny. It wasn't funny. You imagine students leaving the school around 10 p.m. in the night. the insecurity in the country. And some schools doesn't have functional electricity. The parents had to bring torch light for students to write. At a time, the electricity went off. We started searching for fuel to put in our generator for the students to see light to write the examination. I mean, even the Waec invigilators, they couldn't do anything. A lot of things happened that night. A lot of things happened. So we, the educators and the parents, we are not happy. Something needs to be done. And this morning, I saw online that Waec has launched out a platform so that people can lay their complaints there. It's okay, but after that, what next?
Yeah.
Just like JAMB, after the complaint, JAMB had to give opportunity for people to receipt. If Waec would do that, that would be good. That would be good.
But with the way you mentioned earlier that JAMB already has a lot of irregularities, and Waec should have learned from that before going into something as big as this. And then some people think that both the two exams are overrated. Waec and JAMB. But for now, Waec, since that's what we're talking about, is overrated. Do you think it's overrated? Do you think that it is not necessary as such, at this point, considering the way things are going and how, the examinations and everything is turning out?
I wouldn't say Waec is not necessary. It's necessary because after teaching, there should be an assessment. So Waec is a body that assesses a student leaving secondary school. The aim of Waec is good, but it's the irregularities that is the problem. They need to plan well. They need to plan well.
So what would you say should be the adjustments that they should make so that by next year they will have a better result and a better outcome?
Like I said before, they shouldn't just jump into CBT. They should give year of preparation. The students will be prepared, the teachers will be prepared before going into CBT.
Yes.
For me, we are not prepared. We, the teachers and my students, we are not prepared. We are not ready for CBT. Because a good percentage of students and teachers are not tech savvy.
Yes. Hence the training you mentioned earlier.
Yes.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Nek and Najiofo, for this lovely conversation. I had a wonderful time with you.
Thank you for having me.
All right. And with that, we'll come back again shortly for another interesting conversation. Do stay with us.
Get plugged into the heartbeat of entertainment on The Hub, your ultimate show on e-vibes. From trending stories and social media drama to top charting music, must-watch movies and exciting moments from the world of arts, we've got it all. Join us for unmissable conversations with your favorite entertainment personalities, plus fun segments every week.
I should try harder, so...
Okay, I don't know that one.
Outfit of the day.
Oh, I don't do that. That's some Gen Z stuff.
Oh, now you say it's a Gen Z stuff.
It's everything you love about entertainment, served fresh every week at 1 p.m. with weekend repeats just in case you missed it. The Hub's on e-vibes, where the vibes never stop. Only on Signature TV.